And then you'll see a green light go on. Let go. And you're on.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I should tune to your guitar.
Yeah. And we'll start on capo 3 for the start. So I did tune us together on open, so we should be good. We both play a G chord. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, let me tune because I just moved. All right, sound good, yeah.
Am I a little flat or sharp?
I think that sounds good.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're good.
And then we'll see how we sound when we throw on the capos. As long as our C chords are the same, because that's my pass off to you.
C chord is an important chord.
All right.
Well, we have microphones
good.
on. Everybody take a deep breath. Shabbat is here. Welcome everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to those of you who braved the cold weather and are here in person, and those of you who are joining us on Zoom or on YouTube, welcome. I hope that you are doing well. We are excited to share Shabbat with all of you. My mic is on. I did not, but I can talk louder. Rabbi Berenson and I are very excited to welcome for this Friday evening Jack Leopold on the Bima here at Etz Chaim. Jack and his family are members at Beth Israel in Waterville with Rabbi Rachel Isaacs. And we are grateful that Jack shares a lot of his talent and his music with that community, and we get to have him sharing his music and his neshama with us tonight for some additional music, because it is Shabbat Shirah. It is the Sabbath of Song. This week we have this wonderful passage in the Torah that we will chant soon, in a little bit, when God led the people of Israel out of Egypt into the promised land. And what happened in that occasion is that the people of Israel responded with song. And that is the first biblical reference of praising God with song. Now the truth is that we can imagine some of the things that were happening in those, some of the things that they perhaps were thinking as they were going through that experience. I'm sure that there was joy when they crossed the sea, but there was probably exhaustion, and there was probably a sense of awe, and maybe there was fear. And the answer to all of that is song. So whatever you come with here tonight, whatever feelings you have tonight, whether if it's joy, whether if it's sadness, whether if it is fear, whatever it is, make it into a song. And so we'll begin together singing a few niganim together. So some wordless melody. You don't have to have any words or any sheets or songs with you. Just sing along with us as you are able to feel feel the melody and sing with us. Join us? Would you like to join us?
The magic of electronics. I can be seen on Zoom, I can be seen on YouTube. I just got a message that there was a problem with YouTube, so I will check that in just a moment. If you're seeing me on the problem was on the Zoom and not on YouTube. YouTube is fine. Welcome to everybody who's here. Welcome to all who are able to watch on media. We're very happy to have Cantor Nesis with us once again, and of course, joined with Jack Leopold. Jack, I've only heard a few minutes, but I think we're going to get you back every Friday night. So we're very much enjoying what you have to do. I think I can sit down until it's time to say Mourner's Kaddish, and it's in perfectly good hands with the two of you. Thank you very much, and Shabbat Shalom to all of you.
Thank you, Rabbi. So those of you who are on Zoom, if you would like to take a moment to jump on YouTube, you are welcome to do so. We are going to begin on page 1 in our booklets. For those of you who are on YouTube, there is a link on the first comment of the channel where you can click, and you can find most of the songs and the psalms that we're going to be singing and sharing tonight. So that way you can also participate from home. So go ahead and click on that link that will open to all of the songs and psalms that you need. We're going to light our Shabbat candles. We're on page 1. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. And I'd like to invite all of you to join me in one English reading as we begin our Kabbalah Shabbat together. So those of you who are here, is the English reading that we have in your prayer insert. It is from the prayer book Mishkan Tefillah. So if you have it in your insert, we read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. That there is a better place, a promised land. That the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to go from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. And so on the same sheet, on the bottom of that same sheet, you'll find Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Psalm 96. For those of you with the link, that is song number 2 in your link insert. We sing a new song unto God. Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basrom Begol Yom Yeshuato, Sapro Vagoim, Kevodo, Lechol Ha'amim, Niflehotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Olam Olam Eod, Dorahu, Hakol Elohim, We turn now in our booklets on page 4. We prepare for the Lechadodi, and that is lyrics 3 in your insert if you're watching on YouTube. So on page 4, we welcome Shabbat as a bride or as our beloved. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמור לתפארת ולתהילה לך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלקה, כי מקור הברכה בראש מקרב מנסוחה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה לך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלאכת מלוכה ומצנעים מתוך הבטחה, רב לך שבת ועמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך המלך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך תודי. לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. We now rise for the last verse. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצורה, תוך אמוני המשגות. בואי If you are able to remain standing, this is the time when we will transition into our evening, our Ma'ariv service. We are on page 6 in your booklet, or on number 4 in your insert if you're watching virtually.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Leolam Vaed Leolam Vaed
On the bottom of page 6, in Hebrew, we read together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv arabim בחוכמה פותח שירים, ובתבונה משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדרת את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, כולל אור מפני חושך, בחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ובין לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. Eternal, everlasting God, may we always be aware of your creation, of your dominion. Baruch atah Adonai Hamarim Arayim. Please be seated. We continue on page 7 with Ahavat Olam, number 5 in your inserts if you're watching virtually. Ahavat Olam Beit Israel Amcha Torah Mitzvot Chokim u'Mishpatim Otanu limata Al kan Adonai Eloheinu B'shokmeinu u'b'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. We continue on the next page, on page 8, with the Ve'ahavta. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בתך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. In our service normally we would then move on to Mi Chamocha, our song of redemption, which is very much apropos of this Shabbat. But some of you might not know that that piece of liturgy that it is in our prayers, that we recite morning and evening, comes actually from this week's Torah portion. And so I thought that we would take a moment to look at this week's Torah portion, a specific section called the Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea. This is the song, the poem that was sung by the Israelites after they were able to cross the sea. It's a really beautiful piece of poetry. And in fact, if you happen to have a Chumash at home, you would be able to see that the spacing and the way it's being set up on the actual scroll is different from the rest of the writing that appears in the Torah. Again, if you do happen to have a Chumash, or even after today's service, if you want to go home and check on these, you'll be able to see when you open the text in the Torah scroll, or even in a Chumash, that the text appears in 3 columns, not just the way we normally have it in any other section in the Torah. And one of the explanations for that, or a midrash about why it is so, it's because each one of the sides represents the walls of water that opened up, and then the center column of words represents the people of Israel crossing. So it's a quite beautiful visual representation. And we're not going to be reading from the Torah scroll today. We're going to take this more as a Torah study moment. So all of you, whether you are joining virtually or if you are here, you probably have a sheet with the text, the Hebrew, for what I'm going to share with you. And what I wanted to do before I chant these is explain a few things. Well, the first one is that, or the most important that I wanted to share today, is that there are many different melodies for the chanting of the Shirat Hayam. And some of you might be familiar with one that is most well known, perhaps, which is the Ashkenazi way of chanting these, which intertwines some of the regular tamim, some of the regular traditional cantillation with some different melodies. And it's quite beautiful, but it is also relatively common. So I wanted to do something different tonight, and also pay a little bit of a tribute to my own background and where I'm coming from, and my own Rabbi Cantor, Silvina Chemen, who back in Argentina taught me this in how to chant it in a Sephardic way. So might not be that common. Maybe some of you perhaps never heard it done this way. So there is always a first time for everything, for anything. So I am going to ask you all, if you have that sheet, if you are at home, go to the very end of your inserts of songs. You'll find the blessing for the study of Torah. And after that, I'm going to chant this section, the Shirat Hayam. So if you are ready, we say the blessing together. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Az asher Moshe ובני ישראל את השירה הזאת לאדוני ויאמרו לאמור השיר לאדוני כגגל סוס ברוחב רמה בים עוזי בזמרתיה ויעל ישועה זה אלי ושלח אחרונך יוחמו כקש וברוח אפיך נרמו מים ניצבו כמו נוסעים קפה ותלמוד בלב הים אמר אויב ארדוף אסיך أخلك شلات لأمو نفسي أريك خربي ترشم يدي نشبت بروحك كيسام ويام تملوك وفرد مماي مدريم. Everybody get ready because you know this. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורת האלות אוסף אלה. נתית ימינך תבלעמו הארץ, נחית בחסדך המזוג גאלת. נחלת בעוזך, נבק קודשך, שמעו ימים יגזון חייך אז, יושבי יד ולשת, אז נבחלום אלופי אדום, אליהם יוחזי מורד נמוגו כל יושבי כנען תיפול עליהם אימתה בפחד בגדולת זרועך ימדו כאבן יד יעבור מחנוני עד יעבור עמזו כניתם תביאמו ותתמו בהר נחלתך מכל לשבתך פעלת אדוני מקדש אדוני כוננו ידיך אדוני מלוך לעולם הבא אדוני מלוך לעולם הבא כי בזוז פרעה ברחמו ובפרש הווים. In the very end of this, I'm going to read it in English, and I want you to know how it works in this section. We're reading, "For the horses of Pharaoh with his chariots and horsemen went into the sea, and the Eternal turned back on them the waters of the sea." And so in the Hebrew we have, in one column, the waters of the sea, and then in the center of this column we have, "But the Israelites march on dry ground." And then on the other side of the column in the Hebrew, if you were to look at it in the scroll, we have "in the midst of the sea." So we have the sea, and then the people of Israel marching on dry land, written in the middle of the scroll. So it's a very, very neat thing to see. But I wanted to share this different melody with all of you. And it is an opportunity for all of us to think about the many ways in which we know that redemption is still needed in our own times. And we don't know that it might come in the form of the waters parting and opening. We don't know it will come in the form of such a miraculous experience, but we do know that whatever that miracle looks like, it depends on us to bring it to reality, and that it takes all of us to partner with God in making miracles happen in our days, in our own times. So for whatever each of you are having to escape, whether those are physical, mental, whatever those might be in your life, this is an invitation to take the courage to move forward, to walk on dry land and to know that you're not alone and to sing the song of redemption. And so with that, we're going to now move on to the Hashkivenu prayer. So I'm going to bring you back to your booklets, those of you who are attending here in person. That is on page 9, on the bottom of the page. We have a prayer for the night, a prayer for protection. As we sing together Hashkivenu, it is also number 6 in your insert if you're watching online. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom
V'hamidenu
No lechaim. Shor Tzeitzenu Uvuenu Lechaim u'Shalom Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim.
Baruch atah Adonai haporech sukat shalom aleinu ve'el kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim, who spreads a shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Veshambru on page 10.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמך רבה, בהעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי וכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן הקריב ואמרו יהי שמך רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתבהר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמה וקודשה, אלא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה ומירן מעלמה ואמרו If you are able, we invite you to rise for our Amidah, our Tefillah. You can find it on page, we're going to recite the opening pages, pages 11 and 12 together, and then we'll invite you to continue silently, whether it is with the prayers written in your booklet, in our prayer book, or with the prayers and the meditations of your own hearts, in your own thoughts. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך אדוני. שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Sing with us. Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך אדוני. ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל ימי הללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You may be seated. We are going to now continue with the Kiddush, which you can find in your booklets on page 21. You know, they trust me when they let me pour my own wine. Oh, the cup is upside down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's how you know they trust the Cantor. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום התחילה למקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כיוונו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני בקדוש L'chaim, everybody.
Chaim.
Good. We continue now with the Aleinu, which you can find on page 22. I ask you if you are able to please rise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, leteit gedulai lotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, ve'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו וגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפת זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated.
At this point, it's our custom to recite the Mourner's Kaddish. And if everybody were here, or if we were live on, not streaming, but on, it's not YouTube, what do you call that other thing? Yeah, no, the live stream we can't participate, but the other, on the Zoom we can. I only want to say that it is customary before we say the Mourner's Kaddish for us to keep in mind the person for whom we are saying Kaddish and for the person that we'd like to remember. So those of you who are watching, please remember those people as you recite this Mourner's Kaddish along with me. Is anybody here saying Mourner's Kaddish? Okay, if you'd like to, that's fine. If you'd like to stand with me and join with me, and we'll begin the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Bi'alma divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulolmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalem v'yitalal shmei dekudesha richu. Le'ela minakol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlamara b'min shemaya, v'chaim oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, huyaseh shalom, oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Thank you, Cantor.
Thank you, Rabbi. We're about to conclude the service, and we have a closing song, but I wanted, as always, to thank you all for welcoming me into your beautiful sanctuary, in your beautiful space. that always brings me so much joy and comfort. I want to say thank you to Rabbi Berenson for always saying yes to whatever I say I want to do at services, which is extremely kind, and I appreciate it a lot. And I want to finally thank Jack once more for bringing so much beauty and so much comfort, and just a wonderful way to bring us all together into Shabbat. I have to also say that Jack is one of the members of the cohort of the Shlichei Tzibur prayer leader training program that the Center for Small Town Jewish Life is carrying out throughout this year. And he, among other 14 people, are engaging in studying and participating and leading and putting their skills to work. And we are very grateful to you, and of course to all those members of the cohort. And having said that, we will conclude with the singing of Oseh Shalom. So this is how it goes. It's a little different maybe than what you have done in the past, but we've done so many different things today already that one more is not going to hurt you. Here we go. Oseh Shalom Imbroma, Hoya Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru try again. Oseh Shalom Imroma, Hoya Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru. Shalom, wishing you a Shabbat of peace, a Shabbat of song, and hope to see you next time for Shabbat. Thank you. Yeah, sure, go actually.